Hello everyone, hope your preparation for GATE examination is going on in full throttle. Today we are going to look at a question in computer organization from the topic cache and main memory. It was asked in the year 2008 for 2 marks. The question is: consider a machine with a two-way set associative data cache of size 64 kilobytes and block size 16 bytes. The cache is managed using 32-bit virtual address and the page size is 4 kilobytes. A program to be run on this machine begins as follows: double APR 1024 int ij, then a nested loop which runs from 0 to 1024 both in external and internal loop, and 0.0 is assigned to APR ij. The size of double is 8 bytes. Array APR is in memory starting at the beginning of virtual page 0 cross FF000, that is, it is given in hexadecimal and stored in row major order. The cache is initially empty and no prefetching is done. The only data memory references made by the program are those to array APR. The total size of tags in the cache directory is: which one of the following array elements has the same cache index as APR00? So here the array is stored in row major order. That means the elements of a row are stored in contiguous memory in increasing order of their column index before storing the elements of the next row. So this is row major order. Other order of storage of an array is column major order, in which the elements of a column, all the elements of a column are stored in contiguous memory before storing the elements of the next column. So this is row major order, where the elements are stored in of a row is stored in contiguous memory. So we need to find out first the total size of tags in the cache directory. To attempt this question, we need to find two things. One is the size of the tag field and also the number of cache blocks in the cache directory. So here one thing to note here is that even though the cache that is used here is two-way set associative, the tag field is also always associated with cache blocks and not with set. So this is one important point that you should note. Whatever kind of cache we might be using, whether it is n-way set associative or direct mapped or fully associative, tag field is always associated with cache blocks, right? So to find out the total size of tags, what we need to find is the total number of cache blocks plus the size of the tag field. So to find out the size of the tag field, let us first draw a rectangle to represent the virtual address, and it is given out to be 32-bit wide. So this is 32-bit wide virtual address. And one more thing that you should note here is that the cache is virtually indexed and virtually tagged. Virtually indexed, virtually tagged, VIVT. That means the virtual address is used for indexing into the cache, and also the tag field from the virtual address is used for matching it with the cache blocks, right? That means the tag field from the virtual address is stored in the cache blocks of the cache, right? So this is virtually indexed, virtually tagged cache. This is not very important from the point of view of GATE examination, but it is good to know that this kind of indexing and tagging exists: virtually indexed, virtually tagged cache. There are other three kind of indexing and tagging. Other is physically indexed, physically tagged, virtually indexed, physically tagged, and physically indexed, virtually tagged. So these are three other kinds of indexing and caching, indexing and tagging of cache. You can go through, if you want to know more, you can go through the Wikipedia link when you search for virtually indexed, virtually tagged cache in Google. Just go through the section which talks about this four kind of indexing and tagging. You would get to know more. Well, let us now find out the different fields of the virtual address and the width of the different fields. So virtual address can be divided into three fields: first is known as block offset, and as it is set associative cache, so next set of fields, next set of bits are known as set index, and the remaining bits in the virtual address are the tag bits. Now the size of block offset is given by, so if you represent it by small b, the formula of small b is log base 2 size of block. Size of block is 16 bytes, so log base to 16. Log base to 16 is 4. So the block offset is 4 bits wide. What about set index? For finding out set index, we need to find out number of sets in the cache. And to find out number of sets, we first need to find out the number of cache blocks. So number of cache blocks can be found out by dividing the total cache size by the block size. So number of cache blocks, so let me omit this, rub this off because it would be no more required. Just remember that the array is 1024 cross 1024 and the access is row major order. So now this number of cache blocks is equals to size of the cache, that is 64 kilobytes, divided by block size, that is 16 bytes. 64 kilobytes can be represented in power of 2 as 2 to the power 6 into 2 to the power 6 is 64 and kilo is 2 to the power 10 and 16 is 2 to the power 4. So in the numerator we have 2 to the power 16 divided by 2 to the power 4, that is 2 to the power 12. So these many cache blocks are there in the cache. And what about number of sets? Number of sets would be equals to total number of cache blocks, that is 2 to the power 12 and divided by n of n-way set associative. So here it is 2-way set associative, that means each set in the cache contains 2 blocks. So to find out number of sets, we need to divide the total number of cache blocks by 2. Right, so 2 to the power 12 divided by 2 is 2 to the power 11. Now number of bits required to index into one of these sets, one of these 2 to the power 11 sets is given by, so let us represent by small s the number of bits in set index. So s would be equals to log base 2 number of sets, that is 2 to the power 11. So 11. So 11 is the required number of bits in set index. So we have 4 bits wide block offset, 11 bits wide set index, and the remaining bits are there in the tag field. So 32 minus 11 minus 4. 32 minus 11 minus 4 is 17. So tag field here is 17 bits wide. And to find out total size of tags, we need to multiply the tag field, that is the size of the tag field, with number of cache blocks, because each of the cache blocks would contain 17 bits wide tag in the cache. So the cache would look like this. We have different blocks. How many blocks? 0, 1 up to 2 to the power 12. So if you are starting from 0, the last block's index would be 2 to the power 12 minus 1, right? 2 to the power 12 minus 1. Let me write it a little bigger so that it would be visible for you. And here we have data and also metadata. In metadata part we have tag field and virtual address. Sorry, valid bit and tag field, and here we have the block. And the tag field is 17 bits wide and it would be maintained with each of the blocks of the cache, right? So there are 2 to the power 12 blocks, and with each block we have 17 bits wide tag. So total size of the tags would be equals to 17 into 2 to the power 12. So this would be our required answer. So let me rub this off. So total size of tag field would be 2 to the power 12, that is number of cache blocks, into 17, that is size of each tag field. So 2 to the power 12 can be broken down into 2 to the power 10 into 2 to the power 2, that is 4. Now 2 to the power 2 is kilo, and so these many bits, right? 17 is in bits, so these many bits. 2 to the power 2 is 4, 4 into 17 is 68, and 2 to the power 10 is kilo, 68 kilobits. So 68 kilobits is the correct answer. So this is our answer, 68 kilobits. Now let us attempt the next part of the problem. Which of the following array elements has the same cache index as APR00? Now as it is given as set index, this should have been actually set index instead of cache index. But anyway, examiner, from the point of view of examiner, what he wants to ask is the set index of APR00. So we need to find out the set index of APR00, and we need to find out the set index of each of these options. Whichever option has the same set index as that of APR00, that would be the correct option, right? So first of all, we need to find out the virtual address of APR00, and from there we can find out the set index. As we have already discussed in the explanation of the first question, that block offset is 4 bits wide, set index is 11 bits wide, and tag is 17 bits wide. That means block offset is starting from the bit number 1, 2, 3 up to 4. Set index is starting from 5th bit, 6th all the way up to 15th bit, and so this is 11 bits wide, 5th to 15th bit, and tag is starting from 16th bit all the way up to 32nd bit, right? So we need to find out the set index, that is 5th to 15th bit of the virtual address of these elements, and then we need to find out which one of them has same set index as that of APR00. So what is the virtual address of APR00? What is given over here is this APR array. APR is in memory starting at the beginning of virtual page 0 cross FF000 and stored in row major order. So this is given, that is the first element of the array, that is APR00. It would definitely be in the first virtual page, right? And it is in, and the first virtual page in which the array is stored is 0 cross FF000. So only the virtual page number is given. We need to find out the page offset as well. So another division of virtual address from the point of view of indexing into page table is virtual page number and page offset. So this is another division of virtual address, right? And this is by using this virtual page number we can index into a page table, whereas by using the set index, by using this division, by using set index, we can index into a cache, right? This is for indexing into page table, this is for indexing into cache. So these are different divisions of same address, right? So what is given here is the virtual page number of first virtual page in which APR is, the array APR is stored, and definitely this APR00 as is the first element of the array, it would be definitely stored in this page, right? And it is also given that the array is starting from the beginning of the virtual page. That means page offset of the first element is 0, 0, 0. That means it is at the beginning of the page, right? So this is 0 cross FF000, right? So this is virtual page number, and to that if we concatenate the page offset of the first element, then we would get total the full virtual address of the APR00 element. Now this is virtual page number. and this has got 5 hexadecimal digits, and if we convert it to binary, then we would get the virtual page number in binary, and that would be how many bits wide? That would be 20 bits wide. So 4 into 5. So this is 20 bits wide virtual page number. Definitely the virtual page number would be 20 bits wide. How can we calculate that the virtual page number is indeed 20 bits wide? Is by knowing the size of the page offset, and that can be known by the page size. Page size is given as 4 kilobytes, that can be written in powers of 2 as 2 to the power 12 bytes, and the page offset size is given by log base 2 page size, that is 2 to the power 12. So 12 bits are required for page offset, and remaining 20 bits is virtual page number size of virtual page number. So this is indeed the virtual page number which is given, and this is 20 bits wide. And what can we say about the page offset of the first element, as it is starting from the beginning of the page? So the page offset part of APR00 would be all zeros, So in binary, this would be the full virtual address of APR00. What about address of APR01? That is the next element. Next element would be 8 bytes away from the address of the first element. 8 bytes away, because the first element would be, the elements of the array are 8 bytes wide. So the next element's address would be this address, this total address, which is 32 bits wide, plus 8. So that would be the address of the APR01 element, right? So let us now write this down in this field. This is a table that I have drawn, in which the first column is element of the array, and next column is virtual address. We would write it in hexadecimal so that it would fit in, and then from there we can find out, from virtual address we can find out 5th bit to all the way up to 15th bit part of the virtual address, and that would be the set index of the element, right? So the virtual address of APR00 is this. Now let us convert it into hexadecimal and write it here. So the virtual page number is FF000, and the page offset part is, convert this 4 bits, one more 0, convert this 4 bits into corresponding hexadecimal digit. So 3 more zeros. So this is virtual address of APR00 in hexadecimal. Now let us find out the set index part of the address. Set index is starting from 5th bit all the way up to 15th bit. So this is first 4 bits, and starting from 5th bit, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th, up to 15th bit, this is set index. So the set index of APR00 is all zeros. All 11 bits are zeros. This is set index of APR00. Now this is the same procedure that would apply for all the other 4 elements. We would first calculate the virtual address, and then we would find out the set index of each of the elements. Now let us find out the virtual address of APR04. Now before APR04 is in first row, and it is 5th element of the first row, right? So before this 04 we have 4 elements, and each of the elements are 8 bytes wide. So starting from this address we have 4 elements stored, and after that we have 04. So the 4 elements which are before 04 would take up 4 into 8 bytes space. 4 into 8 bytes space. If we sum this up, so this is in decimal, 4 into 8 is in decimal. If we sum this up, with this starting address, we would get address of APR04. Right, so this is in this is in decimal. Let us convert this into hexadecimal. So if we convert this into hexadecimal, we would get 20. Now sum this 20 to this virtual address of the first element, and we would get virtual address of APR04. So this is virtual address of APR04 in hexadecimal, and we need to find out 5th to 15th, this part of the virtual address. So first 0 can be converted into in binary, it can be converted into 4 bits. This hexadecimal digit can be converted into binary in as 0010. This would be 0000 and this would be 0000. No more conversions are required because this would be sufficient for getting the 5th through 15th bit. So this is 4. So this would be the set index 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11. So 11 bits are the set index, and this is 000 0000 0010. So this is the set index of APR04, which is not same as APR00, so it would not be the answer. Let us find out the virtual address of 40. Now 40 is first element of 5th row, right? Before it we have 4 rows which are filled up with 1024 elements. Each row has got 1024 elements. So 40, to find out the address of 40, we need to find out the space acquired by all the 4 rows before it. So 4 rows, each row has got 1024 elements, and each element it is 8 bytes wide. So this is the total space in bytes that would be taken by first 4 rows, and if we sum this up with the address of the first element, we would get address of 40. So this is in decimal. Now we need to convert into hexadecimal so that we can sum it up with this hexadecimal address. So to convert this into hexadecimal, we would go for the division method by 16. To make it easy, we can actually write this in powers of 2. So this is 2 to the power 2, 2 to the power 10, and 2 to the power 8 is 2 to the power 3, and we need to divide it by 16. So 16 can be written in 2 to the power 4 as 2 to the power 4. Now divide this number by 2 to the power 4. So we would get 2 to the power 2, 2 to the power 10 would become 2 to the power 6. So see, I am not doing anything new. This number is getting divided by 16, that is all. And for the ease of it, I have converted into in powers of 2 so that I can easily divide this number by 2 to the power 4 or 16. So remainder would be 0. Again divide this by 2 to the power 4, we would get 2 to the power 2, 2 to the power 2, 2 to the power 3. So it would again be 0. Again divide this by 2 to the power 4, so 2 to the power 4 would be cancelled out, would remain with 2 to the power 3, remainder would be 0. Now we have 2 to the power 3 which is less than 16, so we are done here, and the conversion is 8000. This is in hexadecimal, and this is hexadecimal equivalent of this decimal number. Now sum this up with this virtual address. So sum this up, we would get FF00, we have 4-digit hexadecimal, so 8000, right? Now to take the 5th to 15th bit, convert it into binary again, 000, convert this into binary, 0000, 0000, 8 is converted as 100, right? Now 5th through 15th is this, all zeros. So as we can see that here we have set index as all zeros, which is same as that of the APR00. So this would be the correct answer. we can do the same thing for APR05 and APR50, and we would get that these two do not have same set index as that of APR00. So those would be incorrect options. Correct option is this one, which has got same set index as that of APR00.